Hey everybody, welcome back to Fast Coasters. Today we're here with episode 4 of Pachuca Park, our time-lapse build series. Excuse my voice, I wouldn't say I have a cold, but with the allergies my voice is a little off. But we are going to be working on a B&M Hyper coaster today with the mythology theme. I'm really happy with how this coaster turned out. I think it's the second best in the park. The best one is going to be the next one in the next build, which you'll see soon, probably tomorrow. But this coaster is inspired by mainly Mako at SeaWorld Orlando, and I also inspired it off of Thunder Striker at Carowinds. Didn't want it to be too big of a hyper coaster, more like a modern one, because I noticed all the modern ones are they're not humongous, they're like Candemonium and Mako. They're not that big. So as you can see in the background, the tilt coasters in the background, we're gonna work on that at some point. Don't worry. But yeah, with the park, I do a lot of stuff off camera, not coaster wise, but with all the other stuff off camera. I'm going to do a lot of water park work. I think I'm going to do a Viking section in the water park, and that might translate to like a Viking section in the main park, but we'll see how that turns out. But I wanted to make this coaster all the way in the back of the park because it is part of a mythology area. I could put more attractions next to it and make that expand that theme. The next coaster, I wouldn't say it's going to have a mythology theme, but it's going to be loosely off mythology, with the name, which you'll see in the next episode. I'll reveal that. I got a good name suggestion for the coaster in the next episode. But as you can see here, we're going to have a mid-course brake run, and it's going to be an 8-seater train. We're going to have 3 trains on the track. And yeah, I was going to end the coaster right there, but then I thought, you know what, that'd be really too abrupt coming into the brakes. So I should probably expand it a little bit and make like a helix, and you'll see this will be like the defining feature of the ride once all the scenery comes in. When all the scenery comes in, it really just changes how the ride looks completely. Like what you'll see you'll probably see it in the thumbnail with the lake and the rocks. It's gonna look really pretty, so stay tuned for that. Here with the helix, I wanted to do like a quick transition that you don't really see on hypercoasters, but you see on like a giga coaster, like those transitions on Fury 325. Like something like that is what I wanted on this coaster at the end. So here's just the run-through test. Obviously, it's a very rough draft with the smoothing. I wanted that to be a hammerhead turn, but it just developed into whatever that turn was, which, I was happy with. Come through here with the transition, and then we hit a snag on this hill. It made it over, but it was going really slow, so just shortened it. There is a problem with this one, so like if it doesn't like, sometimes the game doesn't. This was more of a Planet Coaster 1 issue. It's nowhere near as bad in this one, but like sometimes the game just would not listen to the block section commands. So like when I enter the park, it'll just go. So if it gets stuck at the mid course and it goes, it's not going to make it through the course. So if that ever happens on the save, just like close the coaster, reopen it. It'll fix itself. But yeah, other than that, this coaster was great with the pacing. Made it come up a little faster than the lift hill than I usually do. The next coaster, you'll see it comes up the lift hill pretty quickly. With the airtime hill, the first half is basically a Mako ripoff. It's basically the same exact thing as Mako. And then the second half, I tried to do it as after Thunder Striker, but Thunder Striker really has that one helix element, and then that's basically it. So as you see, I moved it back here to the back half of the park, back right of the park. This will be like a mythology section, so if there's any other coasters that I want to expand on the mythology theme on, we can do that in this area. So I always recommend when you're making a theme area, like in an amusement park, you put it away from all the other stuff you're doing, just in case you want to expand on that area. You can do that with other rides. Like I don't have any plans for the mythology themed coasters, but if I do want to do a mythology themed coaster, I have that space left open. Just putting it in the queue here. Not really much of this queue. It's going to be like just curves and stuff. Planet Coaster 1 will be cattle pen, but 1, it's hard to do cattle pens here, and 2, I don't really like cattle pens anyway in my coasters. So yeah, I think our queue looks pretty nice. I'm not doing any priority pass stuff in this park. I appreciate how they have the separate entrance for priority pass now, but I'm not going to be doing that in this park. Maybe in another park I'll do that. Just moving the exit because that'd be way too close with the clearance. And the scenery brush, of course. The scenery brush, the best part of the game. Saves me so much time and makes things look way nicer. I can integrate coasters into areas a lot quicker with the scenery brush. And yeah, so next we're gonna start working on the. I don't think we're gonna work on the station. We're gonna work on the queue. So I wanted to do this lake here, and this is gonna run throughout the park. I'm not sure if it's in this video, but I did connect the lake from here to Rage. There is like a small creek that connects those, and the next coaster is gonna be another lake that's gonna be connected by like a river of sorts. If you check my community page, you'll already see that coaster. You get a preview for what we're doing next. So always keep an eye out on the community page in case I post, what's coming next. And of course, for the future of this park, we're gonna have that the next coaster is gonna be a Mack Hyper coaster, more very inspired by Hyperia at Thor Park. And of course, at some point, we're gonna do that tilt coaster. Like I said, for some of the other coaster ideas I have, I want to do a strata coaster like King Ka. I want to do a stand-up coaster like Green Lantern. Those are the only coaster ideas I have for now. I'm sure, there'll be other stuff in between that, but for now, those are my main things I wanted to do in the park. Of course, with the water park, I'm going to be doing some off-camera stuff. I'm going to put a raft slide in, and in the next episode, you'll see that there's a small slide that we do. It doesn't really look great. I'm going to make that look a lot better, but I'm going to put that raft slide in. I'm going to do like a Viking theme, and then maybe connect it to other Viking rides in the park if I do choose to expand on the Viking theme. But yeah, I just wanted to use some of these scenery pieces in game. I thought it'd be really quick and easy, and they look pretty nice. So I just wanted to do like more of this I wouldn't say ruins, but kind of like an archaeological site where they uncovered these incredible sculptures, because I didn't want to make them destroyed, but I wanted them to at least look nice, and I did add some ruined scenery around, as you'll see here. Just with the scaling and you twist them around, you can really make some great ruins in this game with the mythology set. So yeah, the name of this coaster, I already chose it. It's going to be called Oath of Ouranos. It's off the god Uranus. Obviously, I didn't want to call it Uranus because, haha, funny. But, Oath of Ouranos, that is the father of actually, he's the grandfather of Zeus, Hades. So I didn't have like a story with this ride, but that is the name. It's called Oath of Ouranos. You'll see name here in this episode, but I did put in the name. Speaking of names, we do have names for the GCI wooden coaster as well as the floorless coaster. So just let me pull that up now, because I want to give the proper credit to the ones who. So we're going to do the floorless coaster first. We have Calixa D2C. They recommended the name Blue Hawk. I'm going to change it a little bit just to fit with the coaster more. We're going to call it Nighthawk. So thank you for that name. The floorless coaster is now called Nighthawk. And for the wooden coaster, let me find that comment, but I really enjoyed this one. Here we go. Jack Powers 5707. He recommended the name Sequoia for the wood coaster. So Sequoia is our wood coaster name. Thank you, Jack. And he did recommend a great name for the Mack Hyper coaster, which you'll see in the next episode. With the loose mythology theme. So thank you to you two for recommending names for those coasters. And for the future, I will, if I do need a name for a coaster, I will let you guys know so you guys can make up a name for it. The last thing we're going to work on in this episode is the station for the hyper coaster. I kind of wanted to do like I want to say cathedral, but it's not a cathedral. It's more like the Parthenon, or not the Parthenon. That building in Greece with I can't think of the name of it right now. But once you see how this is working, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to do like these columns. I'm trying to stray away from those generic wall pieces, like the window pieces, and just using those. I want to make like more dynamic stations. I want them to look a lot nicer. And the Mack Hyper coaster is going to have a nice station too, but I think this so far is the best station in the park. This and Rage have very good stations. I like the wood I did on Rage. But yeah, so not a lot of industry stuff to talk about today. I already covered all the Six Flags editions, but that's mostly it. Just some, more updates from Epic Universe coming out. With how that park looks incredible. Probably in maybe 2027 I'll get down there. I'll see. I think 2026 I'm going to do like a Cedar Point trip when Top Thrill 2 finally opens, and then Siren's Curse. But next year I got some trip plans, which I'm going to reveal to you guys in probably a future episode or maybe a future video. So thank you guys for watching, and enjoy your ride on Oath of Ouranos.